Okay, good evening, students. Let's begin because past many weeks I think we have missed our classes. So we will be directly just I won't jump to the next concept of the chapter. We have already as you know we have started a chapter synthetic fibers and plastics. So everybody has your textbook. Everyone, you have your textbook. If not, don't worry. Buy it tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah, very good, Samya. If you don't have also, don't worry. I'll get a textbook for you. As I always, I'll get a textbook. So that what happens, children, sometimes if there are some issues and if you don't have the textbook or anything, I have my standby copy. So I guess you have, I think there is a link up. Everybody remembers that we have started our chapter. Yes, everybody knows that we have started a chapter 3, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. Yes, synthetic fibers and plastics. And still anybody is there? No, fine. So synthetic fibers and plastic, children, just don't look here and there. Just your attention should be on the screen. Don't listen to any talks happening around you. If your parents are talking, anybody is talking, just concentrate on the class. Look at the screen and just concentrate. Even though if you have your textbook, don't look in your textbook. Just look at the screen because I have the textbook in front of your eye. Yes, so this is the introduction of your chapter. I guess many weeks past I have already started the chapter. The thing is, we had a big gap, and then later on directly I wanted to start the next concept, but you may I just care for you because you may forget the concepts which were taught to you. So in the introduction of the chapter, children, I'll just if you just go back and recall the days, children, like I have told you that there are many of the materials which we use, like for example clothes, especially related to clothes. If you deal with like if you observe your just try to recall, and you have n number of varieties of clothes in your cupboard. Even your mother, even your father, there are n, like even we have some seasonal clothes. Seasonal clothes means like now rainy season. In the rainy season, if you try to, like every day if you're wearing those cotton clothes, woolen clothes, so what is going to happen, children? Like obviously these clothes, they absorb more water, and they are going to take longer time to dry. Yes, so for every season, for every function, for every occasion, we have different types of clothes. Okay, variety of clothes. And these variety of clothes, okay, are like for some are classified mainly as natural ones, they are made up of fibers, and those fibers are mainly natural ones, and some may be synthetic ones. Okay, natural ones means we get it from the nature. From the word only you can identify. We get it from the nature. That means cotton. We have cotton bolts. Then we have jute, that is we get it from the jute stem. Then we have silk, that I had highlighted. I told you one story about the Chinese princess. Yeah, she was just empress. She was sitting under the mulberry tree. It's not that silkworm eats all the type of variety of leaves and it grows. Silkworm survives, or it lives on a particular type of tree, and that tree is mulberry tree. So it starts like we when we speak, children, okay, so there is something some liquid in our mouth. If you observe, we have a liquid in our mouth, that is saliva. Okay, some water like substance in our mouth. What is the main function of saliva? We have a what, like for example, if I'm going to say chocolate cake, tamarind, mango, raw mango, just cut a raw mango, put salt and chili powder on it and eat it. Now if I'm saying also, your mouth is will start watering here. If I'm going to take if I'm going to say something related to some tangy things like oranges. Yeah, good afternoon. So good afternoon. It's evening. Sorry, it's evening. So just sorry. I was just in some other. Okay, fine. So we were discussing about some tangy foods. If you're going to eat some tangy foods like oranges, if I'm going to say tamarind, chins that we eat, that jiggly. If I'm taking these names also, your mouth will start watering. What actually happens? There is development of saliva in your mouth. Yes, your mouth will start watering, means you will find a water like substance in your mouth, that is saliva. Okay, we have water like in our water, that you will find that it's salivary glands, they get activated, and you find that mouth starts watering. If your mother is cooking something special in the kitchen, now especially in this rainy season, okay, if your mother starts preparing bhajis and all nice hot things she prepares in the kitchen, your mouth starts watering, immediately you will run to the kitchen and you will enjoy those food items. Yes, so same thing, that saliva, same silkworm, what silkworm does, it I don't want any child to look here and there, please look on the screen. So what happens, the silkworm, it like we have a water like substance, same way that saliva of the silkworm, okay, when it releases the saliva, it solidifies, okay, it gets converted into a thread like structure, because when it give, like when we take out the saliva, it is watery only, it's liquid state only. But in the case of silkworm, when it gives out that water like substance from its mouth, it gets solidified and it gets converted into thread like structure. So it starts, it's going to convert, it's going to rotate that silkworm, it's going to surround its body with that long thread like structure, and it gets packed into a cocoon. Okay, I think you have studied the life cycle of a butterfly. So after it gets after somebody has admitted, yes. So after few days, you're going to find that complete, that cocoon is going to get nice, it's going to get solid, you are going to find a good whitish color structure. And after few days, when the complete structure gets dried off, that insect which is there inside that cocoon, it's going to get developed. It's obviously that it will reach the last stage, that is the stage of a butterfly. So it breaks that cocoon and it flies away. So what is going to happen, it's a natural process, children, that cocoon, breaking of a cocoon, and it flies away. So especially industries, like textile industries, so these people, they don't want that butterfly to come out of that cocoon. Yes, because obviously if it breaks that cocoon, that thread also is going to break, that silk is also going to break, so they will not get that silk long threads. So obviously they will in the textile industries, in the sericulture, where the silk is silk fabric is taken out, it is unwounded. What actually they do, they immersed that cocoon into hot water. So what happens, obviously that silk threads are going to get separated from the cocoon, and that, so sad, that insect inside only is going to die. But so only this process is so harsh, children, literally we are killing that insect, but we are getting a good very class quality of fiber, that is silk. If you ask your mother now, mummy, which cloth you like, which sari, which type of sari you like, obviously she is going to say, my favorite sari is silk saris. All the mummies are fond of silk saris. Yes, so because the process of making silk is very difficult one, and it is very delicate process. Yes, so these are the some processes, like jute making process also. So some such natural fibers are very difficult, like very rare one, like we in the olden eras, at least these natural fibers were you may like they were used. Now these days, at least now, at least if you observe, we have n number of fibers, children. N number of fibers means specially those are synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers means which are made in industries. And in this chapter, children, chapter 3, we are going to study about synthetic fibers and plastics. Okay, so first page, if you observe, what are synthetic fibers? Okay, there's a definition about the synthetic fibers. So natural ones, at least I told you what is the process, how it is taken out, how jute, cotton ball and everything. So that is a separate part which you have studied in your lower classes. Yes, in your 6th standard, or if your lower classes, you have seen how wool is extracted. So here in this chapter, we are going to study about the synthetic fibers, which is mainly made up of chemicals. Okay, so first thing you are going to remember, that is about the polymer. So this, what is the meaning of poly? When I'm saying poly, children, okay, now look at this. Mono means one. Okay, mono means what? One. And poly means what? Many. If I'm saying mono, okay, mono acting, mono singing, okay, we have such competition. So mono means what? One. So what happens, this one unit, okay, now small one unit, small mono, these one unit is called as monomer. So in this plastic formation process, in this polymer formation process, what happens? One monomer combines to the other monomer, they combine together to form a long chain compound, and that long chain compound is known as a polymer. Look at this. Everybody everybody has used that bead necklaces. Everybody knows what type of like a bead necklace, right? Small moti is nothing but that beads. These beads are, they combine together, these beads, they combine together to form a long chain. Somebody has joined. To they beads, one small bead, other small bead, they combine together to form a long chain. Okay, they form a long chain compounds, and these long chain compounds are known as polymers. So monomer, they combine together, they join together to form a polymer, and when monomer they form a long chain compound, that is known as a polymer. I just hope that you have understood this. First thing, this is very important, which you are going to remember, that is what is polymer, what is monomer, and what is polymerization. These three things you are going to remember. Okay, what is the meaning of these three things? First thing, monomer is a single unit. Polymer is what is polymer? When monomer combines together to form a long chain compound, that is a polymer. Okay, so when they form a long chain compound, by what process they form? Polymerization. So these three things you are going to remember: monomer, polymer, and polymerization. Okay, so this was about synthetic fibers page. If you observe, you are going to see, you have studied already, you had studied about the polymerization process. So first thing you are going to remember is what are synthetic fibers, that is man-made fibers. Next thing you are going to remember the three things: monomer, polymer, and polymerization. Mono means one, that is one unit, single unit. Monomer combines to form a long chain compound, that is by the polymerization process, that is that you are going to get a resultant, that is a polymer. So let's go on to the next page. So in the next page we have different types of synthetic fiber. Which synthetic fibers which we use in our day-to-day life? कौन से synthetic fibers which we use? Okay, especially if you observe, we have the natural ones. Nowadays at least everything is adulterated. Adulterated means मिलावट है भाई, मिलावट. Yes, so if you observe, in every substance nowadays at least there will be some mixture. Like if you observe milkman, at least I'm not saying that milk, I'm not going to blame anyone, but nowadays if you observe, nothing, you're not going to get anything pure ghee, pure milk, because milkman also nowadays they add water and they will give you. Yeah, I'm not saying anything, but yeah, they have to add water to increase the quantity, because fats are not so good for your health. So if you observe, like in any of the substances there will be lot of milavate, that is adulteration, that is called as adulteration. Okay, like for example, in like if you observe in rava, some other things will be added, then garam masalas and spices, whatever we buy, spice powder which we buy, some other materials will be added, that is actually the adulteration one. Adulteration means some milavate hai. If you observe, that means to increase the quantity of the quantity of the substance, and to get more profit they add some other substance, so that is adulteration. So here also now nobody uses, like for example, if you observe cotton also, if you go for buying a cotton sari, yeah, obviously cotton sari is going to be so soft, but nowadays if you will observe, some other materials, other threads are added into that cotton, if cotton's material also. Okay, so every this type of mixture adulteration is also called as blended mixer grinder. What your mother does to make a chutney, when she makes a chutney, she adds groundnut, this, that, okay, in a mixer blender. Yes, mixer blender. Same way, these fibers are also known as blended fibers. Okay, mixed fibers. So let's see which is the first fiber. Okay, which is the first man-made fiber. In the olden era, when silk was introduced by Chinese, then cotton, like khadi, if you remember, like Gandhi ji was supporting that khadi material, charkha and all. So later on, man also started thinking like, let's see, even we can produce some threads. Why only cotton, silk, jute? Why only these? Let's produce something. So man introduced the first fiber, which was purely made, which was made by man, not purely, but made by man, discovered by man, that is rayon. Rayon. Nowadays in Meesho and all, if you observe children, Meesho, Mintra, maximum you will find the people they use which type of fiber. You'll find a soft, which is not a cotton actually, but it will be like always it gets crushed off very soon, very easily it gets wrinkled. So this type of fiber is rayon. Okay, so what is actually rayon? Rayon has the properties of silk. Imagine, rayon looks like silk, it has a texture of silk. So rayon is also called as artificial silk. Yes, it is also called as artificial silk.
Good evening, Miss.
Good evening. And rayon is mixed with also, it is also made mixed with cotton, children. It is like a silk one, and it is mixed with cotton to make bed sheets, or also it is used for making carpets. Nowadays rayon is used on a large scale, children, or at least if you'll observe in the market now, whatever kurtis and all, whatever you're getting these days, it's like rare cases you will find. If you'll ask the person, then only you will come to know, yes, it's cotton. But nowadays many of places you are going to find the rayon material is used. The rayon is a very soft material, very soft one. You'll find it has a good feeling of, like you'll get when you look at pure rayon, it is actually silk like structure, but into rayon cotton is added. Yes, obviously blended, milawat hai bhai, milawat. So it is added and a new material is formed. So rayon is also called as artificial silk because it has the features, or it has the quality of silk. It is similar to silk. Okay, so next fiber which man had introduced or man had discovered, which is man made or the synthetic fiber, that is nylon. Okay, nylon is it is also made up of like it is made up of chemicals, and it is a man made fiber. And children, what is the difference? If you're going to say, Miss, you said that rayon is also first made by man, nylon is also first made by man, what is the difference? Children, keep in mind, rayon is first introduced by man, but when a man introduced this rayons, he had used some natural substance in it. It is not made up of, like as I said, synthetic fibers are made up of chemicals, but rayon mein to natural fibers bhi hai, some natural substances also, fibers are also added. So rayon is the first fiber made by man, introduced by man, but प्योरली जो केमिकल्स वाला है, यस, प्योरली मेड बाय केमिकल्स इज नाइलॉन. सो फर्स्ट मैन ऑफ द मैच और द हीरो तो रेयन ही है. यस, हीरो ऑफ द फाइबर्स इज रेयन ओनली, दैट इज सिंथेटिक फाइबर्स इज रेयन. द थिंग इज सब नेचुरल सब्सटेंसेस आर it has some natural touch of natural touch in rayon. Rayon has some natural substance, it is linked to the nature. But nylon is purely made up of synthetic means chemicals. It is made from nylon to bana hai colza, yes, which we use for like bakeries, and we use for making barbecue. Yeah, it is prepared like nylon is prepared from coal, water and air. So this is a fully synthetic fiber. If I'm going to, again I'm repeating, rayon is the first man-made fiber, and also nylon is the first man-made fiber. But what is the difference? Difference kya hai dono mein? Rayon is the like, what is the main difference? You have to remember, nylon is the first fully synthetic fiber, full synthetic fiber. Okay, so this is the difference you are going to remember. Okay, so, and let's see one more thing, very interesting one. I think this you have enjoyed, like you have seen somewhere in the movies, on the like somewhere in the, imagine a person's weight will be 40 to 50 kgs. Yeah, imagine 40 to 50 kgs, and this nylon fiber is so strong, very strong. Imagine if you take silk and cotton, they are very easily, if you when your mother stitches anything, easily we can break cotton fiber. Imagine this nylon fiber is so strong that it is carrying the man in the air. Imagine, only the nylon threads are attached to that parachute, and imagine so freely the man is moving in the air. Imagine it is carrying such a heavy load. So just you have to think how powerful or how hard this hard, no, we can say, but how strong this nylon fiber is. Imagine this nylon fiber just try to imagine if you're using a cotton cloth and you're flying in the sky, is that cotton will have that capability of lifting you up? No. Yes, no, it's not possible. Imagine this nylon thread is so strong that it can carry the heavy load of a man. So nylon fiber is the strongest, is the stronger one. It is elastic, that means we can pull it easily, and it is light in weight. For even for cloth drying, if you observe in the like we have a ropes, especially ropes which is used for cloth drying, so those ropes are also made up of nylon. So for these two fibers at least I have introduced earlier also, and this was the activity where we had stopped. This was the, I think we, after that I didn't take anything. So activity 3.1 was given as your homework, not homework, just an activity when like long last week I guess. So this activity is just a simple activity on page, just third page of your chapter. So this on into this activity, like what actually you have to do in this activity, children, you have to see the strength of the fiber. फाइबर का स्ट्रेंथ देखना है, हाउ स्ट्रॉन्ग इज द फाइबर. Okay, now if you take cotton thread, now I have told you while stitching the thread which we use, yeah, simple threads, those are cotton threads, easily we can break with a hand. Wool one, no. Can you break wool with your hand? No, it's not possible. Silk, here and there, fine. Silk is also, we can break it very easily. Not so easily than cotton, but yeah, fine. Nylon, if you observe all the four fibers, cotton, wool, silk and nylon, which do you think will be the strongest one, children?
Nylon.
Very good, very good. Now only I had shown you the picture. The parachutes are made up, if you compare all the four fibers, cotton, it's very delicate one, easily we can just easily, with the hand only we can break it. Yeah, we can just cut it off, it's very easy. Wool, it's little difficult. Silk also little difficult, but nylon, it's the toughest one, it is the very strongest one. Okay, so this activity, in this activity you're going to clamp with the help of a clamp, you're going to just you're going to attach a load to it, and you can identify which thread breaks very soon. So this was the activity, simple activity. Even if you don't have the stands and all, just try to do with your hands. It's very difficult to break a nylon rope. Okay, so next one is the polyester and acrylic. Very easier one. I guess this one, at least without this, I don't, just if you look around your house now, wherever you're sitting, children, you just observe, children, many of the things in your house will be made up of plastic. Many of the things, children, nowadays at least, if plastic has made our life very easier, I don't have, nobody is going to tell me, miss, my in my house there is nothing made up of plastic. Is there any child? Yeah, is there any child going to tell me? Yeah, is there any child? Look around yourself and tell me, is there anything which is who is going to give me guarantee? Gaurish, is that anybody can give me? Mihir, yeah, just tell me. Look around your house. Rajeshwari, look around. Shashank, Anisha, look around your house and tell me. Can you tell me anybody from your Nikita and all? Anybody can tell me. Sakshi, Samram, just tell me that. Is there are so many children are there, just tell me. Bhargavi and all, just tell me that, miss, I don't have anything, nothing is made up of plastic in my house. My house is very like we can say nothing is there. Is there anybody child, any, so many children are here, just look around your house and tell me that, miss, my house is plastic free. Plastic free house. Is there anybody's house plastic free?
No, miss.
Nobody.
No, miss.
No, very good. Nobody, children, because plastic has played a vital role in it is playing, because simple, because what is the reason, we are going to see how plastic has changed up our life, because nowadays at least if you observe, plastic has made our life very easier. Man had introduced this plastic which has n number of good qualities, but it also has many demerits. Yes, plastic like fast, there was a era where once the plastic was introduced, like China at least provides a China, okay, everybody knows China country, yeah, country China, it's a highest populated country, and China at least provides the raw plastic raw material. They provide the beads, children, plastic beads at the cheapest rate. So you know, everybody knows they collect their garbage only and they recycle everything every time. It's only Chinese products are very very cheaper ones. Yeah, nowadays at least it's stopped because China is like they are producing, but the we only have banned Chinese products. So look at this, what actually I'm trying to explain. Polyester and acrylic. Polyester is also another synthetic fiber. So this is the main era where polythene was produced. What is the meaning of polythene? Let's see. PET. Look at this, you have to remember this. Polyethylene terephthalate. Polyethylene terephthalate. So children, keep in mind, if I'm saying polyethylene, okay, polyethylene, abhi polymer hai, so what is monomer? Monomer combines to form a polymer. If it is polythene, so ethene combines to form polythene. Okay, if I'm saying polyester, so ester, one monomer or one unit of ester combines to other ester, they combine ester, they combine together to form a long chain compound, that is polyester. So nothing, it's very easy, you have to remember. If it is ether compound, ethene compound, so ethene, polythene. Okay, if it is ester, so it is polyester, ester, polyester. So what I'm trying to explain you is there are there are varieties, like once the polymerization process was introduced, like once it was discovered, many other compounds were introduced, like for example polyester, and then we also have polyethylene. The when you go to the market, children, the banana one, then you observe to the vendors specially give a very patla wala bag, yeah, thin wala bag, okay, very thin wala, very, if you'll observe, you will just hard, no weight or weightless bags, if you call, hardly in grams, very milligrams, very patla wala bags they will give, they will pack everything in that patla wala very thin bags and they will give it to you. Those bags are made up of polythene. And earlier, children, polythene was produced on a larger scale, very larger scale, because once like it was very cheaper, it's very easy to make plastics, very easy to, the process of plastic is very easy. And once that actually, what is the formula of PET? Now what is actually, that is also form of the plastic bags, actually that is the polythene material. So PET, polyethylene terephthalate, what actually it is, I'll just show it to you so that you will get an idea, go get an idea. So yeah, I have that picture, patla wala bags, what I said na. So this one, the vendors which they give, like bhaji walas, and the, you'll have vegetable seller, and we have the fruit seller, they will give you this thin bag. And if you go to buy some other non-veg and all, they will give you black color bags. So these bags are actually the cheapest bags, and they pollute the environment, and like they are the high pollutants, they are the main pollutants, but they are the cheapest one. And this one, at least these type of bottles which we use, okay, I just have these type of Milton bottles, okay, in refrigerator bottles. These bottles are made up of PET, okay, it is also plastics. Now you will say, miss, everything is plastic only, like there are so many materials of plastics, how to identify which is good plastic and which is bad plastic? How to identify? You will ask me, miss, how to identify this is good plastic or this is black plastic, whatever we plastics we are using, it is good or bad? Yeah. So children, keep in mind, the plastics are classified into two types. Okay, you have to keep in mind, plastics are classified into two types. Keep in mind. So first thing, these two types are thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Okay, the two types of plastics are which are good for the environment, because like everybody knows, like plastic has made our life easier. The thing is, it has demerits, but plastic has made our life easier. But we should know how we are going to use, which type of plastics we are going to use, so that it shouldn't pollute our environment, because plastics are the main pollutants. 10 years back, okay, the lace packet, which were kurkure lace packet, which was produced 10 years back, okay, 10, when you were in the UKG or LKG, which packet you had thrown in the dustbin, children, that same packet is lying there in the soil. It is not going to get decomposed very soon. Okay, now just go from the Chaurashi temple. I know everybody knows that route, so I said, when we are going, just go back to your school days. Near the Chaurashi temple, lot of garbage is thrown every day. Yes, so near that yes, lot of garbage. Like one day you are going to throw vegetable waste, or the banana peel, or the tomato peels, or tomato peels. There's some vegetable, like leafy vegetables, like the roots and all. We don't eat that roots, so roots are thrown away. So like every day, if you go from that way, children, that vegetable matter which you are going to throw, after 10 days that vegetable matter, or after 5 days also, that vegetable matter will not be there. You will not see any vegetable matter there. But one, if you're going to throw the plastic on 1st January, that same plastic will be there till 1st December also, because that plastic is not going to get mixed up into the soil. Okay, now imagine if you're throwing, just try to do this, children. Take simple onion peel or anything, take an onion and put it in the soil, and observe it after 10 days. You will find that onion has gone somewhere. It won't go, it's not a magic, but that onion will get decomposed, and it's going to get mixed up into the soil. It gets decomposed, it gets, what we can say, it get rotten up. So tomatoes also in the refrigerator, if you keep it, if it gets mixed up into the soil. But the plastics which was produced when you were in the UKG, when I was in the UKG, imagine your teacher was in UKG, that plastic also still it is there in the ground, it is there somewhere in the soil. Imagine, plastic is such a pollutant for the environment, children. Yes, so after that, after people, like once the plastics were produced, it people were enjoying that plastic. Wow, so beautiful product, very cheaper one, very light in weight. But then people came to know about the demerits of plastic, so different types of plastics were produced. So we should know the two main types of plastics, those are thermoplastics and thermosetting plastics. Okay, thermoplastics can change their shape on heating and cooling. Okay, which two types are? Let's see. Thermoplastics are the plastic, when you heat those plastics, they can change their shape on upon heating and cooling. If you have a plastic spoon in your house, try to heat it. Okay, if you will find literally it's going to get heated up, it's going to get molten off very soon. In the marriage parties and all, they give that very patla wala, very thin wala, simple spoons and all they will give you. You just burn it and see, you will find it gets heated up, and it's going to get cooled down very soon. But thermosetting plastics, okay, such type of thermosetting plastics, these thermosetting plastic, once they are formed, okay, एक बार इंडस्ट्री में बना है, after that it's not going to change its shape, and it's not going to, like, even if you heat it, it's not going to change it's not going to get it's not going to cover, like if you're trying to change its shape, it's not going to change its shape. Obviously it's not going to cool also. Yeah, it's not going to, you're going to, like, just try to think, just imagine your cooker handles, pressure cooker handles. Yeah, cooker handles, if you try to heat it, children, just it's going to get molten off, but it's not going to change its shape. But when you heat any of the thing, you will find that like best example is put hot water into your plastic bottles. You will find it's going to get to a, like, nice, you are going to find it's going to get a different shape only, like amoeba. You'll find bottle, it's going to bulge from one side, other side, nicely you'll find this. But in the case of cooker handles and all, yeah, cooker handles, then we have some crockeries. So these crockeries, once you heat it, it's not going to change its shape, and it's not going to cool down also. So thermoplastics are very expensive one. And thermosetting plastics, set means एक बार shape बना है तो set, it's not going to change its shape. So thermosetting plastics are cheaper ones. Thermoplastics which can change the shape are recycled ones, children. Keep in mind, जो plastics melt होते हैं, which the plastics which melts on heating and gets cooled after few time, those plastics can be recycled. That means you can use it for the further something like, for example, Bisleri bottles. You can give it to the recycle fellow. Then together they collect all the plastic bottles and they melt it and they convert into other Bisleri bottles. Okay, so such plastics are recyclable. We can recycle those plastic. But cooker handles, then switches, okay, the switchboard which we have, the chargers, okay, they are non recyclable. No, they cannot be recycled, children. Once the product is formed, it is formed. So such plastics are so dangerous for the environment, we cannot recycle them. So next one, the in thermoplastics, the best example is polythene, which changes its shape on heating and cooling, especially the Bisleri bottles, the plastic bags. Such plastic, type of plastics bags, they have the triangle shape now. Nowadays, at least it's written on them that they can be recycled. And thermosetting plastics, the best example in this, it is Bakelite. Bakelite is a type of, one more it is there, melamine, okay, melamine, and Bakelite. These two are the thermo examples of the thermosetting plastics. That means एक बार product form हुआ तो form हुआ, it's not going to change its shape. For example, crockeries in the hotels and Chinese wala which we eat, the bowls and all, that is the melamine one, okay, Bakelite melamine. So such type of material, such type of plastics cannot change their shape. So what is going to happen? Once it is broken off, it is a waste for the environment. It's a waste, and it obviously it's going to pollute the environment. So the best example is Bakelite. Bakelite is a type of thermosetting plastic which once formed does not change its shape further upon further on heating. So these are the two main types of plastics. Okay, let's I guess you have understood this. One more example, look at this. Okay, thermoplastics, look at this, the small kids toys, and we have this, children. What it is called? Can anybody tell me? Lego? Is it Lego? Thermoplastic example, what it is? Lego, I guess. Small. You have played this when the childhood, children. Yeah, when you were in UKG, and these blocks, so ABCD blocks, these type of blocks were given to you by your parents, I guess. No, you didn't play?
Yes, Miss, played.
Lego, I guess it's called as Lego something. Small blocks you have to put one upon the other, and you can make some different train or some different type of models you can make. So this is Lego. This Lego is thermoplastics. That means you can melt it, and you can make, once the toys are molten, like once it is used, once the toys are used, you are throwing it away, or you are giving to the person who comes to your house, that is recycle fellow. Have you seen in your area one person will be carrying all the waste plastic, and he will give you something new on that? Yes, some a plastic pot or plastic basket, something he will give you. He's going to replace it with the new one. So where he takes all the plastic, he takes all the plastic for recycling. All the waste plastic is molten, and such mold which can be molten are called as thermoplastics. And thermosets means once the switches and all, once it is formed, means it is formed. You cannot melt it, you cannot change its shape. So obviously these are the main pollutants of the environment. So let's see, children. So let's see some good points about plastics. Okay, what are the characteristics of synthetic fiber? Means why plastics are very, like, why plastic should be like, why it has become an important part in our life, children? Why plastics are many materials are made by plastics? Why actually? What is the main function? What is the main properties of plastic? So you should know plastics as a material of choice. Okay, so in this topic, they are non-reactive. Okay, look at this, they are non-reactive. Like for example, pickles, mango pickles, or if you'll find any jams, then we have sauce. These many mainly they contain some acids, children. Okay, so these jams, salts, pickles, mainly they are stored in the plastic container. Even if you take any of the now salt, tea powder, turmeric, chili powder, easily they can be stored in the plastic containers. Yeah, nowadays if you just look in your kitchen also for spices and all, you will be having your plastic containers, your biscuits and biscuits, or if you have any snacks, easily they can be stored in the plastic container, because plastic containers are non-reactive. They don't react with any of the food items, so it is very easily to store these snacks and food items into the plastic materials. Even the kurkure, lays and all, it is put or it is stored in the plastic packets, okay, because it is non-reactive. Why we cannot store pickles in the metal container, iron container? Can anybody tell me, children? Pickles, the pickle like mango pickle, lemon pickle, why don't we store in the metal containers? Have in your house, is it stored in the metal containers?
No, miss.
Why it is not stored? Can you
Miss.
why only plastic container? Why it is not stored in any of the metal container? Is there any reason?
Miss, it becomes black. When we
Yes, it
contain them
becomes
in the
black
metal
because
container, they smell bad.
yes, very bad. Yes, why it happens? What is the reason behind it that the plastic, you'll find that it gets reacted? What is the main reason behind it? Children, keep in mind pickles, what which we because it is stored for a long period of time. Because in the month of May or April, your mother prepares pickle. Whole year we eat that pickle. So something will be added into it so that it remains for a longer period of time. Some people they add vinegar to it. Vinegar is also an acid. So what happens, that acid gets it's going to get reacted with the metal container, so obviously you'll get a bad smell from it. It turns black. So these pickles or these food items are easily, they can be stored into plastic container, as these plastic containers are non-reactive. Okay, let's think what is these are the advantages of plastic. Children, what good qualities plastic has? First thing, plastics are non-reactive. Plastic is very light in weight. Imagine nowadays, are you going to carry like next day, children, when you will join the school, even though plastic is light in weight, many students are going to say yes, let's, plastics are very light in weight, let's carry plastic bottles to school. Yeah, how many students, like everybody, I don't want to ask like a personal thing, but just imagine when you were coming to the school, you were carrying plastic bottles, but next year, or touch wood, like just I'm hoping that school starts very soon, when you will join the school, children, try to buy a steel bottle. Even though in chemistry now it is said that plastic is very light in weight, because it is light in weight, we carry plastic bottles, Bisleri bottles and all, very light in weight, because we cannot carry mud pots everywhere, we cannot carry heavy steel bottles. But next time when you buy your bottles, see that your tiffin box and your bottle should be of steel, okay, because it's not going to react, okay, because we are carrying food for shorter period of time. See that you carry steel materials, because steel is like, even though plastic is light in weight, at the end, just keep in mind plastic is made up of chemicals. So if you put water into it, and because that water, imagine that plastic, the chemicals, because it's some, if the plastic bottle is made up of cheaper materials, that chemicals are going to get mixed up into the water or the food items which we eat, so in turn it's going to harm your body. So next time when you buy, children, even though if here it is said that plastic is light in weight, it is non-reactive, but you should see that you buy a steel bottle and a steel lunch box. Okay, so here it is said that plastic is light, strong and durable. Durable means we can, for a long period of time, we can use it for a long period of time. So this was about the plastic. Obviously plastic is strong also, and it is light in weight, as it is said here. Next one, plastics are poor conductor. Yeah, poor conductor means they don't conduct electricity. We are speaking something about electricity, so only you will find that pans and all. Nowadays if you have the tawa pans, dosa pans, yeah, the different type of pans we have these days, grill pans. So the handles of the grill pans and the tawa pans, you will find the dosa pans, they are made up of a black color material. That black color material is plastic. So this plastic is a non-conductor or a poor conductor, so it does not conduct heat, okay, or it does not so only the switches are made, the switch buttons. What will happen if the switch button will is made up of iron? What is going to happen, children? Just tell me, if it is made up of iron, the switches, the switch buttons, on off buttons, if they are made up of iron, what is going to happen, children? Are you going to get shock or no? Yes, because iron is a good conductor of heat and electricity. So this switch, which is used for on like because it is related to some current passage, so it is made up of plastics. So plastics are poor conductor. And children, only plastic has three good qualities. One is, you have to remember, it is non-reactive, मतलब वो किसी से react नहीं करता है. Second point you have to remember, it is light, strong and durable. And third point you are going to remember, plastics are poor conductor. Okay, only three things we are going to remember. Now the very important part is plastic and the environment. Very, very important point. I'll just cover this and I'll leave you. So as I have told you, near the Chaurashi temple, children, yes, as I have just go back again, I had told you that they just observe every day, children. Observe every day that wherever you're going to find garbage, near the court area also, I have seen every day that near the court, if you observe like pigs and all, buffaloes and crows will be there. You just observe, children, maximum like even though from the hotels nearby there are hotels and restaurants, so they will dump all the food items there. So that food items which are which are dumped into the particular land, after few days that material is not going to be there. Where does that food item goes? That food item gets mixed up into the soil. It gets rotten up. The microorganisms they are going to eat up. It's going to get rotten and you'll get a dirty smell, but at least it gets mixed up into the soil. But plastics are not going to get that dirty smell. It's not going to get rotten up. It's not going to get decomposed. So anywhere you observe, near the Chaurashi or near the court, children, anywhere if you observe, maximum number of plastics will be lying there forever, because food items, vegetable items or the other substances, even the animals when they die, they get decomposed into the soil, they get mixed up into the soil. Such materials which get decomposed by the natural process, okay, such, or they are decomposed by the action of bacteria. Okay, action of bacteria means bacteria, they help in the decomposition process. Such substances are biodegradable. One, bio, it is related to environment. So the material which gets decomposed are called as biodegradable material, and the material which does not get decomposed, that is non biodegradable material. Okay, so these two are, at least you have understood the, especially now if I'm going to take I'm going to call just say five things, you are going to tell me whether it is degradable or biodegradable. Okay, so my first thing is potato. Potato, it is biodegradable or non biodegradable?
Biodegradable.
Very good.
Biodegradable.
Very good.
Biodegradable.
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 Very good, children. Okay, next thing is wires.
Non-biodegradable.
Non-biodegradable. Very good. Very good. Very good. Next one, paper. Third thing is paper. Biodegradable.
Biodegradable. Biodegradable.
Very good. Fourth thing is water.
Non-biodegradable.
Water.
Biodegradable.
Think about it and tell me. Okay, this is very important one. Last thing is last one. Last one is mobile. Your favorite one. Non-biodegradable. Yes, non-biodegradable. Yes. So did you get it? And children, this only I had given you one activity because this month actually I was supposed to give that activity earlier about the paper bags. It is on 12th July. But the thing is, children, what I felt that because it is linked up to this chapter, so please prepare if you don't have any kind of fancy papers also, children, try to use your old wedding cards, or if you have any of the materials in your house. It's not that I'm telling you to get good hi-fi papers like tinted papers, but see that you prepare a good, if you have newspapers also fine. The paper bag should be very decorative, okay, and just see that you prepare it nicely. And when you're going to gift, like if you are gifting something to anyone, okay, like if your friends or if your birthday parties, when you go to marriages also, children, instead of giving those rubbish plastic bags, you can just decorate, you can put it into a good paper bag, nice, you can buy some good paper and make your own paper bag gift, because when you make something, you're going to gift it to someone, you're the person you're gifting will be so happy. So see that next time, try to avoid plastic bags by from your side, because plastic are important, children. Yes, plastics are important, it has become a vital part in our day to day life, but try to avoid plastics as, like, to make less use of plastics. Okay, how we can make less use of plastics, that we are going to see in the next part of the chapter, and in the next part we will be ending up the chapter. Now children, if you have any doubts, you can just message me, children, because I don't get any messages from class 8. Miss this, just keep on asking doubts, but don't ask me like when I send you any instructions, read the instructions properly, and then further, really, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, very good. Many of the students are continuously in contact with me. That is good. I like such children which are in contact with me, which are asking doubts. Other students also try to ask doubts. Okay, don't be busy like, miss, when is class, this class, other things, I don't, I that is secondary one. But see that you keep on asking doubts related to studies. Today I guess everybody has textbooks. Whatever part we have studied, read it properly at night, and then if you in case if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, now you can leave, children. I know I have taken a lot of time. It's 7 o'clock. Enjoy your evening time. Okay, you may leave, children.
Bye, miss.
Thank you. Bye bye,
Thank you,
children.
Miss. Bye, Miss.
Thank you, miss. Bye, miss.
Bye.
Thank you, Miss. Bye, Miss.
Thank you, dear students.